Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, our Moments with God, where I try to share with you my simple and humble reflections on the daily Mass readings with the hope that this will help all of us in our spiritual journey in connecting with the divine and even establishing a relationship with God. And if you are interested in subscribing to this channel, you may please go to the end of the video, and where you find my picture, you may please click on that and you will find an option for subscription. You may subscribe to that, and if you like the video, you may also please share it with others. Thank you. If you notice, day before yesterday, because the reading was Adam had eaten of the fruit, I took my video in the midst of trees like Eden Garden. It was not Eden Garden. And yesterday, if you remember, while we were talking about the Beatitudes and how meekness and humility helps us, I had taken the background, in the background, those little sheep, if you remember. And today, if you notice, I'm sitting a little away from the camera, but here there is a stream flowing here of the water. You may not be able to see the water, but you can see that I'm sitting here at a kind of a brook, because in the first reading, the reading goes like this from the book of Book of Kings. The brook near where Elijah was hiding ran dry, because no rain had fallen in the land. So the Lord said to Elijah, "Move on to Zarephath of Sidon and stay there. I have designated a widow there to provide for you." He left and went to Zarephath. As he arrived at the entrance of the city, a widow was gathering sticks there. He called out to her, "Please bring me a small cupful of water to drink." She left to get it, and he called out after her, "Please bring along a bit of bread." She answered, "As the Lord your God lives, I have nothing baked. There is only a handful of flour in my jar and a little oil in my jug. Just now I was collecting a couple of sticks to go in and prepare something for myself and my son. When we have eaten it, we shall die." Elijah said to her, "Do not be afraid. Go and do as you propose. But first make me a little cake and bring it to me. Then you can prepare something for yourself and your son. For the Lord, the God of Israel, says, 'The jar of flour shall not go empty, nor the jug of oil run dry, until the day when the Lord sends rain upon the earth.'" She left and did as Elijah had said. She was able to eat for a year, and Elijah and her son as well. The jar of flour did not go empty, nor the jug of oil run dry, as the Lord had foretold through Elijah. You know, there are only a few stories of the Old Testament which we heard as children, which remain in our memory, at least as far as I can say about myself. One of those stories is, of course, about the famous story of Joseph and his brothers, how Joseph was stripped of his clothes and put into a well, and how then he was sold to Egyptians, merchants, etc. That is one of the stories. And another story that sticks into my mind and I still remember is this story. Somehow these are very interesting stories, though they speak a lot. And therefore I have come here near a stream, because the reading says that the brook near where Elijah was hiding ran dry. So when it ran dry, God provided him again with another option, because he was God's prophet, and also because he was following the path provided and guided by God, unlike Adam, who, despite being told not to eat the fruit of a particular tree, still went and ate that fruit and became disobedient, and that is where began the downfall of humanity, we believe. But here God provides for people who are obedient to Him, who follow His path. And not only did He provide for him, He also provided for that widow and her son for a whole year till the rains came. So, this is very interesting. When the stream or the brook ran dry, God provided something. And in the gospel, very interesting that we find that the gospel is Jesus said to his disciples, "You are the salt of the earth. But if salt loses its taste, with what can it be seasoned? It is no longer good for anything, but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A city set on a mountain cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and then put it under a bushel basket. It is set on a lampstand, where it gives light to all in the house. Just so, your light must shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your heavenly Father." So I said, if the brook runs dry, God provides something. But here, God is saying, Jesus is saying, if salt loses its taste, with what can it be salted? And therefore, Jesus is saying, you are the salt of the earth. So be on guard that you do not lose the properties of salt. Salt has many interesting and very rich properties which preserve food, which give taste to food, which help in several other things. Salt has many properties. And therefore, it is important to have salt also as salt in our body. But he compares that to us. You are the salt of the earth. And not only that, he then further compares us with light. You are the light of the world. And a lamp that is lit cannot be put under a bush, or here, let's see here under the bridge. It has to be put on a lampstand here on top of the top place where it can lighten the whole place. And Jesus says, you are the light of the world. Therefore, Jesus reminds us that what we are made for, that we must practice and that we must carry on. Otherwise, we lose our properties and we lose following Jesus and his path. And of course, in this journey and this program, I am always talking about finding God, finding Jesus, and establishing friendship and relationship with him. And if you would like to subscribe to this channel, you may please do it now. And I just want to tell you that on this channel, I also have my own book called Tweeting to God, being read by me. You may like to also look at that channel. Thank you.